In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the Leetcode problem remove duplicates from sorted array. So the problem says, given an integer array nums sorted in increasing order, remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only once. So for example, let's say you're given this list as the input, and as you can see, the list is 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So it's already sorted from least to greatest for us. Our function will return the number 5. Well, k is the number of unique elements. And as you can see in this list, there are 5 unique elements. And they are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you can see, there are 5 unique elements. Also, our function will modify this list in place. So this is what our list will look like afterwards. It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest are just underscores. Let's see how we can determine k. We're going to go to the second element. So we will start here. Now, when we look to the left, is the number to the left the same as this number? Yes, it is. So we don't do anything here. We just move on to the next element and look to the left. Is 0 the same as 1? No, it is not. So this means we found another unique number. So we increment k to 2. Then we move to the next element and we look to the left. 1 is the same as 1. So we don't do anything here. We just move on to the next element. We look to the left and the same thing here. 1 is the same as 1. So we move to the next element and we look to the left. 1 is different from 2. So this means we found another unique element. Because of this, we increment k to 3. Then we move to the next element. 2 is the same as 2, so we don't do anything here. We move to the next element. 2 is not the same as 3, so we increment k to 4 and move to the next element. 3 is equal to 3, then the last element is 4, and 3 is not the same as 4. For that reason, we increment k to 5. So that's how you determine k. And now this is our array, and we want it to be like this one here. So how can we change from this one into this one? Well, let's see. The first element is 0, and you can see that this is also 0, so we don't need to worry about the first element. We're going to start on the second element, and this is where things get interesting. We look at the element to the left. Are they the same number? Yes. So we move to the next element. Now don't worry about the arrow, just leave the arrow there. We move to this element, and we look to the left. 0 is different from 1. So we change the 0 to the 1. And then we move the arrow to the right, and then we go to the next element. We're going to look to the left. They are the same number. So we don't do anything here. We just go to the next element and look to the left. 1 is the same as 1. So we don't worry here. Just move to the next element and look to the left again. 1 is not 2. So we're going to change this one to a 2 and move the arrow to the right. And now we move on to this element. We look to the left. 2 is the same as 2. So we don't do anything here. We just move to the next element. We look to the left. 2 is not 3. So we're going to change this here to a 3. And then we move the arrow to the right. We're on to the next element and we look to the left. Both of these are the same, so we don't worry. We just move to the next element and look to the left. 3 is different from 4. So we're going to change this to number 4. And then we move the arrow to the right. And now we're on to our final step, which is we just change whatever here to the underscore. And then we move the arrow to the right. We change this to an underscore. We move the arrow to the right. This becomes the underscore. Move this to the right. This becomes an underscore. And the same thing here. Let's take a look at the code in Python. So here is our method, remove duplicates. We initialize k to 1. And then we start at the second element. So on index 1, or the second element inside the array. And we go until the end of the array. We look to the element on the left, and if they're not the same, we're just going to increment k. And current index is our arrow. So this is our arrow, and then we go through the array again, if our current element is not the same as the element on the left, then we basically replace the number under the arrow with the number that we are at. And then we move the arrow to the right, meaning we increment current index. And we're on to our very last step. So for every element from the arrow until the end of the array, we just replace it with the underscore, and finally we just return k. So what is the runtime for this entire algorithm? Well, we're just traversing through the array, right? And because of that, the runtime is going to be all of n. As for the space complexity, we are not initializing new arrays. We're just doing everything in place. And for that reason, the space complexity will be O of 1. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed my explanation. If you did, please kindly subscribe and like, and also share with others to help them as well.